It is almost a false argument to say we have a spending problem.
I want to disagree with those who say we have a spending problem.
President Obama has said the U.S. does not have a spending problem.
The president is saying Washington doesn't have a spending problem. I think he's clearly out to lunch on that.
When you have a $16.4 trillion debt,
the problem is in the spending. Yeah, everybody knows now we're 4 days away from those spending cuts. They hit Friday.
The president said in the debate, oh, the sequester wasn't my idea, it was the Republicans' idea. This past week, Woodward coming out, this actually was hatched at the White House.
Sequestration is going to happen, and it's going to happen because the president has failed to lead.
You've got a president who's not willing to lead.
The president's been missing in action.
$1 billion is a lot of money to anybody, right? But relative to the federal budget, it's relatively small. Why, instead of warning about dire consequences, aren't you and your managers coming up with the best way to make these cuts?
Republicans have offered and passed multiple solutions to save jobs and ensure our nation's security isn't compromised by these cuts.
The fact is, Republicans in Congress right now will provide the flexibility to make the necessary spending reductions and address our deficit and debt instead of going through the sequester.
In terms of the Democrats' plan, it seems like the first thing they come up with is we're going to raise taxes.
We should be able to sit down together and resolve this without, again, asking the American people to have their taxes increased.
The Republican Party is not in any way going to trade spending cuts for a tax increase.